First Pack podcast, the champ himself. Aren, welcome man.
Using me for clout.
Again and again. So man, तुम नाटी हो कि नहीं?
हाँ बिल्कुल किसी भी टाइम आप मुझे टेस्ट करो.
When can we test you?
Anytime. I'll be 100% natty.
Are you sure?
100%. I'll quit the sport.
Peace.
Yeah, if I'm not natty.
How strict is the policy, the testing policy?
So there's two types of testing. One is in meet, one is out of meet.
Okay.
So in meet is basically you go to compete. They pull out the winners or whoever they find guilty or whatever, and they test you. And out of meet is not many Indians are subjected to out of meet. I am there, and there's I think there's two other people. So basically, every quarter, we have quarters in a year, so you have to fill your whereabouts. So where you'll be on this day, what time, where you'll be, right? So they will come surprising. They won't tell you before coming. They'll just knock.
How often?
No, that for me, I got out of me tested once last year in October, right? So basically, they will just knock on your door because the whole thing, the idea behind it is, see, when people take steroids and all these banned substances, there are ways to cycle this. So when you know you're competing on 24th, you can cycle it out and it won't come in the reports, right? But the thing with out of me testing, you won't know when to cycle it for because they'll come randomly. Because I had an experience last year. He just came around 8:30 in the morning, and these guys come from different cities just for one person. So the guy who came from me came from Kochi. They just come for one. They fly out just for one person. They'll knock on your door. So for me, my mom had opened the door. Okay, and thankfully I told her what's happening because she had no idea. And the guy goes like, "I'm come to test Aren." He shows his card, his WADA card and all that. My mom's like, what? What do you mean test Aren? And then he goes he explains and then she understands, okay? The thing is, at that point of my life, I was never tested before.
Okay.
So my mom wakes me up, I'm like, shit, yes, getting tested finally. I got, and then there's this whole procedure. They show you multiple boxes because tampering can happen between, even if the officer, how things work in India, bribe and all. So they will show you multiple boxes, you choose, you break your own seal, you select your cups, you have to go and pee in front of him because there are ways you can mask. You can
Was
mask.
that awkward?
Huh?
Being in front of him.
Yeah, you have to because see, the thing is, you can mask these samples. So people, they use salt, soap. If they put a little bit of it in the sample, whatever reading is supposed to come won't come. So they see you. They make you wash your hands without soap. They see you pee. And then you have to close it, put it in the bag, seal it and all that shit. Then they have this gravity meter where they check the dilution because you need a certain dilution amount. And once that's done, then they go to go. Then you get the result in 2 months or something.
What is the most used? Yeah, at least if there are especially in bodybuilding, there's a lot of controversy of people taking enhancing drugs.
The most used is all this test supplements Trend and all.
Okay.
I mean, and there's a lot. I wouldn't
know.
So in my federation, if you get caught, you would get a 4-year ban. So you can't compete for 4 years. So your competition stops. And then you get a fine also.
Even if you're close, how to say, the dilution is just
There's no dilution. If it's there if the compound's there, it's there. Now different compounds have different half-lives. So different compounds will leave your body in this much amount of time.
For most guys going to the gym, the whole motivation is behind getting a girl. Do you believe in more plays, more dates?
That doesn't work out.
Why so?
She really has to be a real one to appreciate what you do, but you normally won't get girls when that doesn't work at all.
Doesn't work out.
Nah,
What about how to say? You see a lot of memes on Instagram, guys getting a breakup, then going to gym, and that is their motivation. Do you feel you require some motivation when you're in the gym?
Me
Yeah, you
specifically. With my goal of being the greatest, I don't need anything.
How great are you planning to be?
The greatest. There's no upper limit. But I have heard these people with breakups and all. It kind of works out for them. I want to become better. I want to show this girl this. Yeah.
So you're saying you're not impressing anyone. This is just for you.
Yeah, I'm not impressing anyone. It's for myself.
Yeah, for yourself.
It's hard to convince myself.
So where on your journey do you think you are at the moment? Like,
Far from where I want to be.
okay.
Yeah.
So like, what is your and like the biggest goal you have? Like,
Biggest goal I have. I mean, who doesn't want a lot of money, right?
that is the
Yeah. Apart from that, in terms of lifting, so at this given point, there's a competition known as Sheffield, which is the biggest meet. So
where is Sheffield held?
in Sheffield.
Sheffield, England.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there's, you know how these stadiums are there, right? So
Yeah.
it's the biggest one right now, and that's a good money meet. Like you can earn up to I think 50 grand. Like if
Euros or
yeah, euros,
okay.
which is good. Like in terms of in rupees, when you convert it, it's really
You're
big,
rich.
right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So the selection criteria for that would be, so right now I'm a junior. Juniors 18 to 23, and then there's open. Open is 23 to 40, which is like the most competitive because that's your peak in your
yeah.
career, right? So when you win open worlds, right? So only one person per class wins. So there are 8 classes for the men, right? So I compete in the under 74 class. So when you win it, you get your ticket to Sheffield, right? So that's a selection criteria, and then there's a few wild cards. Because the whole point of Sheffield is to break records. So they would pick a few wildcards who can break records. But going just competing, like leave winning Sheffield, like just competing Sheffield is like a very really
As an
big deal.
Indian yet participate in Sheffield?
Nah. The Indians barely compete in bowls, right? Right now I'm doing junior bowls this year in Romania. Next year I'm still a junior. It'll be my last year in junior, but I was thinking of doing open worlds as well. We'll see. But Indians, a few of them have gone to open worlds, but their placing is horrible.
Placing is horrible.
Horrible.
So you are at the moment technically the best in India
Yeah,
by far.
I am. Yeah.
So when did you get into this? Like when did you get into powerlifting?
So I used to stay in Dubai, right? So I was pretty fat kid. After I moved to India, I was playing football, so myself lose weight and all. And 2018 November, I joined the gym. So the first day of gym itself, one of my friends came and helped me. He's in fact my current coach as well. So I squatted and I deadlifted 100 kilos on that day, right? So 2018 November, and my first meet was in 2019. So I competed a lot in 2019. I did my first national, I did my first international, I did all of that. Yeah, so it was 2018 November. Then I just kept going from
Kept
there.
going from there.
Yeah.
So you used to play any other sport other than powerlifting?
Yeah, so in Dubai I used to play badminton.
Did powerlifting begin as a sport for you, or was it just like gradually you just went
I
with
was
the flow?
going to the gym, right? So I just was going to the gym and then I realized I'm strong.
So with the flow it went.
Yeah.
Oh.
So actually, I was going to the gym. I didn't know what powerlifting was. I was just lifting. I just knew what was squat, what was bench, what was deadlift. So that's basically powerlifting, right? So I had seen one of this girl on Instagram. She was with the Indian flag and all. I'm like, okay, this is cool. So I texted her. I'm like, what's this, right? And then their gym was around Nantur, like in
Okay.
Mangalore itself. So I went, I saw it. That's where I learned that's where I started, and I kept hopping
Okay.
places. And now I'm here.
Now you're here.
Yeah.
What do you think sets you apart from most people when it comes to powerlifting?
It's the mindset, alright? So most people think powerlifting is more of a physical thing, alright? But if I had to compare myself like with the foreign lifters, they get better nutrition, okay? In terms of training, I'm not going to complain because mine's good. In terms of equipment, nutrition, and genetics, most importantly, right? But then, even though there's these differences, I mean, the fact that I have a world record means I'm the best at
Yes,
something,
yes,
right?
something,
So
yeah.
it doesn't really matter. Like you can cover up with like a really good mindset. So you just have to push yourself in a way that you can, because you can, like your body, if you can make your body believe what you want to do, it's capable. Like you are capable of doing it.
So you're saying genetics, like are you saying that most Americans or most foreigners, Europeans have a better genetic advantage or
Yeah,
something?
100%. It's facts. Like top notch for like the sport would be African American genetics. Like without trying, you'll see they're jacked, right? You see these African people, like they're just ripped
Yeah,
without
yeah.
even going to gym. Indians, on the other hand, don't have the best genetics. It's mid, but yeah,
So you're saying it's a mindset 90%.
big portion. Like obviously, you need good nutrition. Your genetics will play a role on how far you can push. All right, but yeah, most of it is mindset. Like how much you can push. Like if you're using all that you have in a good way.
Nutrition. So what do you feel the diet split is for you?
Okay, so as like a powerlifter, you all your workouts, your sessions, you need a lot of carbs. You need ATP that comes from creatine. All right, but carbs is like the main source for your energy, right? So now for me, I prefer white rice. All right, and then you need a really good amount of protein because our sessions get really harsh. So you would want to recover from it, right? So for me, my plate, right, looks like breakfast, lunch, dinner, rice. And then I have eggs, and I have red meat, I have chicken, and then like for health, there's curds and all these vegetables and all, and obviously that there's these supplements like fish oil, multivitamins, which is good for your, because it's not only physically, like even your internal organs, you need micronutrients as well.
So what, like how much vitamins do you take in a day?
I take a lot. So these we get these sachets, so I just
Okay.
consume them.
So now, would you say powerlifting is a full-time career for you?
I mean, it has become at this point. I mean, I know I have my engineering degree and all, but so I coach lifters as well, right? And apart from coaching, there's this influencing job, as in, I'm one of my main sponsors is Muscle Blaze. So for me, it's like I have to do 2 reels and 2 stories a month on Insta, and I get X amount in rupees.
How much?
No, I'm not allowed to talk about it. And then X amount in stacks, so I can order anything of their site. So most of my supplements come from there. Uh, I earn a good amount from coaching as well, and what I believe is good if you at least have like 5 sources of income. So for me, it's my coaching, the influencing thing. I've started YouTube as well, and I do stocks as well. So if like one thing goes down, you always have another backup, right? So I'm not like boasting or something, but I earn a lot more compared to what an engineering job would pay. Like I know, like it's in the start, like because right now there's a lot of placements going on. I feel like the companies are underpaying so
Right,
bad,
right,
so
yeah.
bad. Like
I wouldn't disagree about
yeah,
that. Yeah.
like the highest paying packages in our college is like I get paid more than them also. So I don't understand of why you need to study so much just to end up there, right? And this whole influencing thing of mine is just like the starting. So for me also it's like a starting point, and it's still, you know,
And so you're saying there's a lot of independence in
yeah,
being an
you
influencer.
become your own boss. You have your own freedom. You can take your own holidays. You don't have to listen to like a boss or something. And I can't do it
Yeah.
personally.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you this now. What do you feel about work-life balance then?
So the whole thing of me doing my own stuff, I personally have a lot of work-life balance because if I do not want to reply to a client, or if I want to post a video on a different day, I can do it. I have no
Yeah, the
restrictions.
flexibility.
Yeah, it's really flexible. And if I just want to go take a vacation, I can do it.
Can do that too.
Yeah. The only thing with my work, so at this point, like me going to gym, me spending 6, 5, 6, 7 hours in the gym is also become part of my work because for me, whatever I do goes hand in hand, right? My coaching and the influencing stuff and all that. So uh, I cannot skip my sessions, and I wouldn't want to skip my sessions. I mean, that's like my enjoyment, even though it's like a work. I enjoy what I'm doing, right? So I cannot, like, if I have to train on Monday, like we follow a program, I will train on Monday. So that's one thing I can't move around. Unlike other people, maybe they can take a leave from work, right? If they apply and all, but I cannot skip sessions. I cannot move days around.
So you're saying your discipline is an
Yeah.
utmost when in the sport.
Yeah, like others would term it as discipline, but for me, it's like a sin. I like for me, it's like breathing. I can't think about like moving a session around or skipping a session.
So how long has it been going on? Like you not skipping a session, you been going to the gym every
I
single
haven't
day.
like even though I remember once I had COVID. I did get COVID, right? But then I at that point I was training at home. I had a home gym, so I didn't skip any sessions. I don't think it's the past 2.5 years or something. When as soon as I hopped into like this good programming, and I don't think so I ever skipped a session.
So it's forever. You don't stop.
Yeah.
There's no stopping until
Yeah.
the top.
I mean, once right after our meets get over, right? So we are like a normal human for the next 1 week. So we can do whatever we want. We can, yeah, anything. If you want to go to gym, don't go to gym. You want to go vacation, so it's fine. I mean, but it's not like people see it as a burden, but for me it's fine. Like I don't see it as, oh, you can't skip your session or something.
Would you feel that doing a degree at now is an overrated thing?
Yeah, it is. I mean, just think about it. We both are studying
Yeah,
engineering,
exactly.
right? How much have you learned?
That
Right?
I
Now,
wouldn't
imagine you
yeah.
go in the corporate world. How much are you going to use out of what you've learned? You really don't need it. What you need is skills, which you're really not getting it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there are ways to earn these skills and in your engineering life, but most of us don't do it. Most of us don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Right.
So how much competition do you think you have like in India? How much would you say it's there?
In powerlifting?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't have any competition. I really want competition because competitions do push you, right? You can't change that. For me in India, I don't have any. Like when I say I don't have any, no one comes close. So I wish I had competition though.
So how long did it take you to get the physique like that you had, and where do you plan on going to?
Okay, so I competed under 74, right? I think after 2019, 2020 start, I moved to the 74 class. So you basically take a good amount of time to fill into your class. You need to build lean muscle. So I think another 3-4 years I would like completely fill into the 74. So that's when I would start looking really lean, and that's when I would fill out the potential of the 74. Then if I'm like finding it hard to stay in the class cut, I would move up to the under 83 class, get bigger.
Would you consider yourself a full-time influencer or just a beginner?
No, I would consider myself as an athlete, right? I don't think I've fully gone into the influencing side yet. I would consider myself as a coach and athlete. Obviously, you can make like a lot of money in influencing. Like I know people, like when I say my muscle blaze, right? So my supplement sponsor, I know people that earn 6 lakhs per month, 10 lakhs per month just from making two reels, two stories, and probably like 2 YouTube videos. So if it's that easy, right? I mean, obviously they've worked hard, they have built their own base and all that. But imagine you getting that paid that much per month, and on the other hand, engineers are getting paid that much per year for working like for 9 to 5. You'll be sitting in a place, right? So I'm not looking at myself going to the corporate side. I'm obviously looking into my coaching, my influencing, my social media side because it just works better.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's more prospect, you're saying, basically, to be an influencer or an athlete.
Pardon?
Do you say there's more prospect in being an athlete and an influencer?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like, how to say, the corporate world is not as how to say, lucrative?
I mean, see, one thing with the corporate world, you'll be controlled.
Yeah, that's
Someone's going to control you, and I wouldn't work well with that. And you don't have your freedom in terms of what you want to do and when, and you're going to be underpaid. This really, I mean, let's be honest. Even in the influencing side, they're paying you less compared to what you should be get paid. But still, it's so much more compared to what you're getting in the corporate job, right? Yeah.
So it's more fruitful also.
Yeah. It's honestly it's the work's really less
Yeah.
compared to corporate world.
Corporate
The
world.
stress is really low.
So basically, you're saying everyone should be a top G of their own.
Nah, that's the thing. Everyone can't do it. Like only few selected people. I mean, you need to be special in some way. I mean, one thing, all the jobs you're gonna do, even influencing, you're trying to convince someone. In the corporate world, you're trying to convince your clients. You're trying to convince your boss. You're trying to in the influencing world, you're trying to convince the audience. So you have to convince someone. Even Top G, he's trying to convince the audience, right? Everything in this world, you're trying to convince someone. There's no one who's on the top because everyone on the top as well is trying to convince someone below them, right? So
So, do you believe in top G's views basically, or are you just?
yeah, I mean he does preach a lot of good stuff. I mean, so like the youth, the guys, right? They want to look up to someone. He brought that in, right? He's
Exactly.
teaching them how to earn money, how to treat
Women.
women. I mean, some things
He's
he
a-
goes really.
I feel he's a gentleman, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there are stuff that makes sense, but just that people take out clips in
Yeah,
the wrong
that's
place,
the-
and
yeah.
like even this podcast, if you all take out clips in the wrong place, you can
Anything can be made
yeah,
into
yeah,
propaganda.
exactly.
Yeah. So, do you have a Bugatti?
No,
Not yet.
no, I don't think so. I'd want one.
What do you see yourself having? What car?
I don't think so. I'd be a person like with a sports car. Wouldn't prefer. I mean, I would prefer I don't know like a Mustang or something.
Oh.
That would suit me better.
Do you like Dodge Challengers, the hard muscle cars?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Now, so Top G has come back out of the from jail, and so what was your reaction when he came out?
Obviously, it's good. He didn't deserve to be in there. I mean, they didn't have any proof. Like they didn't have any evidence on to keep in him. So they were just stretching it. All they could stretch. I think there's a rule that you can just keep them in for 180 days. So I was
Yeah.
expecting them to stretch it till the end. I mean, but still, he's in house arrest, which he doesn't deserve. But it's still better than being confined in a jail.
Confined
Right?
in jail space, yeah. So for championships, what do you feel? Do you do anything different for championship lifts, or you go with the same rhythm of yours?
You mean in terms of training or?
Training exactly, and diet and your basic lifestyle, like.
I mean, like you would tend to sacrifice more when you go closer to your meets, as in you would want like we all are humans. We cannot we none of us are like 100% disciplined. But as you go closer to your meets, you would want to make sure you're getting like 9 hours of sleep. You're sleeping in the right time. Your nutrition is on point. You're not really eating out. Like I do eat out at times, right? So you try to avoid all that. In terms of training, you want to push more. You want to focus more. Obviously, the weights, they get heavier. Things like the volume and weights. So this results to like you feeling a lot broken. Like you're like physically and mentally drained. Physically, obviously, like we are like 24/7. Like we have aches. Like and we don't even realize it because we just our pain tolerance just keeps getting higher, right? And mentally, because of pushing so much, avoiding a lot of stuff you would want to do, like your mental state, I'm not going to say it's not going to go bad, but you'd be more moody, you'd be more cranky. You just want to hit someone for no reason, right? You just you don't have that much patience at that point. Yeah, so
So your cravings go up at that time, and you feel.
yeah, I mean, as long as so I completely understand. For as long as my body weight is at where I want it to be, so I would want it to be at around 76. You're good, because then we do a water cut and gut cut to get it down. But if it's over it and you're still, trying to, have food outside and all, you're gonna be in a bad point
Bad
later.
point.
Yeah.
Like water cuts are. How harsh are water cuts? Like I've seen UFC players do it. Is it similar?
So the thing with UFC, they have a 24-hour weigh-in. So they weigh-in, and then after 24 hours they compete, right? So they have a long time to refeed. So they can do really harsh water cuts, gut cuts. The thing with us, we have a 2-hour weigh-in. So if our weigh-in's at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock the first lift starts on the platform. So there's not that much time to refeed, because you're going to warm up also in those 2 hours. So you just have to stop yourself, right? And obviously there's certain amount of things you would want to have in your refeed. But water, so for us, water cuts is not that harsh. So there's a lot of ways to lose water. One is you're just water loading and then you lose water.
Release water.
Then there's a sauna, there's steam, and then you can manipulate salt intake also. So there's all these are there. So when you go to the sauna steam side, it gets more complex. And gut cut is very simple. So we eat a lot of food, right? Rice and meat and all that. So we have this X amount of weight sitting in our gut, in our stomach,
Okay.
which is not fat, which is not muscle, which is not water. It's not going to affect our performance if it's there or not there, right?
Okay.
So our goal is to get rid of that. So that's what we.
Does water cuts affect for performance, or does it change nothing?
So I would say around 4 to 5%, a cut of 4 to 5% of your body weight won't affect your performance. But if it's more than that, yeah, your performance will go down. And if you water cut a wrong way, and if you're not refeeding well enough, yeah, you're gonna suffer in your meat.
What's your dating life look like? What's your life other than powerlifting is?
My
Look like?
dating life, I mean, I've never been in a relationship till now.
So you're single.
I've been
Okay.
all my life. Okay, the reasons being I haven't come across anyone that I could give my time for.
Okay.
Not seen anyone worth. That's one. Second thing is we have less time. All right. So I mean, right now since I'm in 8th sem, things have gotten better. But till then, I had college. Right. We had college. What 3, 4, 5, and then I would go to gym, and my sessions take around 5 to 7 hours. I'd be home by 12, and then I had my client work. Sometimes we would have assignments, and then we would have exams. So there's no time, right?
Okay.
I train 5 days a week. So the offs that we get Sundays and Tuesdays for me to rest, to sleep,
Okay.
right? So I wouldn't be able to give time. And obviously we do know that in a relation you need to give time.
Time to the person.
And if you're not able to do that, it's going to go downhill. And so why would you get into one? And the next thing, I'm being specific, I'm not being in a relation.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to get in a relationship at this age, like our interests keep changing. You don't know, do you know where you're going to be in the next 4 years?
Not really. No one knows. Right?
Yeah, so how would you know you're going to be with this ex person in the next 4 years, right? So, if as long as you know it's not going to be permanent, you're not going to marry, because these kids come with the intention of we're going to marry and all that. That's not going to happen, bro.
Exactly,
Like you're going to break up 1 year max, right? I give all my friends a deadline. It's not going to happen. So as long as you know you're just having fun, you're just living the moment, it's fine. I'm not going to say shit. When you're going to say shit like, I'm going to marry this girl, we're going to have future, that's at this age, nah, bro, that's not going to happen. Maybe like for 0.001% of the people that do this, it works out, but not everyone. Like we've seen it, right?
So what is your type? Like, what do you want to see in a girl?
I mean, if I knew, it would help me because I'm not sure.
Okay.
But like, there's a few things I know. As in, I would obviously want a fit girl. Like,
Okay.
I'm not saying she doesn't have to be a powerlifter. Like, obviously, looks matter. Let's not lie, right?
Yeah.
It's just not the personality. So I would obviously want the girl to be fit, and she should be clear on what she's doing in her life. She should have goals. Like, she should not just be a random girl just walking around, doesn't know what she wants to do, right? And she should be able to carry herself well. Like, I should be proud of her. Like, she's my girl.
Oh.
I should not be like, I don't want to tell these guys I'm dating her. I mean, that's
He's saying basically you wouldn't like to be a sugar daddy.
Nah, I wouldn't. I mean, if if the girl was attracted to me because of the sugar I have, which I don't. All right. I mean, that's such an. I mean, you're saying that you don't have a personality, you don't have talent, you don't have anything that she can like you but your sugar. So that's bad. That's not what I would want.
So let's hypothetically speaking, like let's say there is a girl you like, and how long? Like let's say now you're in a friendship situation, like you're reached that place. How long would you take at least to tell her that the next step?
That's one problem with me. So I have this heavy head. Alright.
Okay.
So for me, going and starting a conversation is number one.
Okay.
That's hard, but once I reach there, fine. But I don't know. I have never gone and out of my way to ask the girl or confess. But how
No,
long?
let's assume you're already talking
Okay,
to her.
okay. And I
There are
like her.
talks. Yeah,
And I
you like
her.
her. She likes you, but you want to take it to the next step.
How long would I want to get to know her? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think 4 months, 4 to 5 months would be a good time to like be like, okay, I should probably ask her out.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 or 5 months.